Right, I wanted to discuss this next encounter. This is the boss
It shall be done.
for the Dragon's Eye encounter. This fight is extremely difficult. In this next room, it's going to be full of traps. There's going to be between 8 and 12 mobs in there. A good majority of them will be casters, and they are going to CC my party and disable them. They're going to cast AoE, and in fact I'll just let this encounter roll naturally, and then you can see how brutal this is.
So it has come to this.
We're going to skip the dialogue for the time being, just for the sake of
very well. I will indulge you.
Demonstrating this encounter. I'm going to send one character that way.
How can I help?
One this. And as you can see, there's characters spawning behind me as well. So, as you can see, the character's not even made it to the first mob, and he's already lost 25% of his health. My cleric's poisoned, so he's going to lose a good portion of that 80 hit points. We'll just let that tick and see how much damage the poison does. That's probably the...
Yes. Speak your mind.
Something
We'll just get... I've not memorised any real spells, to be honest. I'll just cast a couple.
Yes!
So rigid thinking on the back. There's just been a massive buff. Combat bonuses for everything in the room. That's Cloud Kill, I believe. Yeah, cast Cloud Kill, arm bobbing.
My sword is
So we'll
yours.
drag him out
It
of
shall
there.
be done.
I'm hoping there's been some casting failure there.
I'm here.
And the best we can hope for is to silence the casters. As you can see, this guy's already above 50% health loss.
It shall be done.
I mean, we could cure him light, but that's taking him out of combat to cure himself.
Alright.
It doesn't take long to whittle a character down to nothing in this room. So quickly, plus we've got the casters at the back here.
At your command.
We've just added another summon, so you've got several undead on top of all the classes that you've got over there.
Do you need me? I'll take care of it.
So I think what we'll do, just to be fair, is there's even more undead in the room there. Jesus Christ. She's been dire charmed. So we've lost her.
My sword is yours.
And just at this point on this screen right now, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's probably 16 mobs, including former allies, that I have to contend with. And as you've seen from the previous cast, the strippers of dispel effects, so you lose all your bonuses and abilities that you're buffed with, and she's buffed her minions with combat bonuses. So as you can see from this encounter, if I just let that tick, they quickly sort out. So you don't even have the opportunity to run or retreat. quickly. I just thought I'd show that because I realise a lot of people are coming from things like World of Warcraft and other games, and you're going to hit a sticking point, and some of these fights are extremely difficult regardless of the party you've got, unless you know all the spells and you choreograph the combat one step at a time. You know they're going to cast this, you know they're going to cast this, you're going to counter it with this, this and this, you're going to move this character here because there's a trap there. Unless you can choreograph it all, it's a really, really difficult fight. So I would recommend, and I'm going to do this for the long play, and I'm going to make a show of showing it, that if you just go to the options, it's not much of a reprieve, but if you take the difficulty down to the bare minimum on easy, is it? Fairly, story mode, fairly. Characters are invulnerable. I wouldn't go that far. Almost always hit their targets and receive 100% more XP. So you're going to get double XP, which is really of no use with regards to the combat mechanics of this next fight. XP is irrelevant. The characters are not invulnerable as such. If you look at the easy mode, which is in addition to the easy mode, I suppose, all hit point rolls are maximum. So when your character levels up, you get the maximum. That's no assistance in this encounter. Characters cannot permanently die. That's of no real assistance anyway, because you can always reload. And all spells are learned automatically, which is of no assistance. The only thing that does any good whatsoever by reducing the difficulty is this. Monsters do 25% less damage, and characters receive 50% XP more, which is irrelevant. So the 25% less damage is the best you can hope for. So my recommendation is, for this fight, anybody new to the game or struggling, certainly reduce the difficulty down to the bare minimum. It will still give you a hard time. Right, this time we're going to do the encounter with the difficulty I've just mentioned, about it being on the bare minimum. It's not much of a reprieve, as I've explained, but we'll take whatever we can get. Right, so
I stand ready.
Your command?
let's see what buffs we have. Yeah, we'll just
At your
rest.
Something well and good. Taste of this.
And once we've rested successfully, oh nice, we'll take that too. Another encounter.
All right.
I stand ready.
To victory.
Yes. Do you need me?
Let's see what the mage has selected. We'll get rid of that. Shield we'll take. On the off chance that that works, we'll take that. Protection from evil and a big heal.
At your command.
Even more.
Name it. I'll take care of it.
My sword is yours.
We'll
It
try
shall be
again.
done.
Right, there we go. We'll, I'll not bother quick saving that actually. This time I'm going to drag the encounter out of the room so we're not stumbling over traps and shit like that. I'll send this character in buffed.
Yes.
going to use these characters to take out the casters in this room with a bit of luck.
So, it has come to this, has it? I did not expect a group of natives to interfere with my vendetta. Why have you come here killing my minions?
And we'll let the dialogue flow as it's meant to.
They are not snake people, you ignorant pig. They are Yanti, faithful servants and worthy heirs to the kingdom I shall leave behind once my business is finished. My vendetta is none of your concern. Your involvement in this matter is irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. A mote of dust floating for a moment in a sea of time. My interest in the Heartstone gem is personal. I have been waging a war for quite some time. This world is simply another battlefield. The gem is one of several instruments I use to fight my battles. I am Exanamai. I am a soldier. The gem is an item with incredible powers of divination. Only those with special relationships with the natural or supernatural may use it. It gives sight beyond sight, even penetrating physical and magical barriers in its revelations. I am not using it to cover up my affairs. I am using it for personal reasons. You cannot have it. It is mine. When I am finished with it, my faithful servants will have it. If they fail on their plans, simply take it from them. I have little patience when it comes to incompetence. You have just destroyed a good portion of my army and are now demanding that I hand over more resources to you. I believe I will be doing the taking now. Pray that your souls are prepared.
So we'll instantly pause it right there.
Like I'm a pawn in some game.
I'm going to move the character forward so that the cloud kill is centered on him. We'll hold that there. We'll get the mage to cast Stinking Cloud. Going to get her to buff the group that's there.
Yes.
You're a bit too touchy for my taste.
So one's taking damage straight away there, death. So we just center on this guy. That's the one that's been killed. Hopefully this is going to get held. So we'll send the fighter over. Edward casts whole person on Yuntai mage. It's difficult to see what's going on there. Protection from evil. The dispelling bobbins in that room there. Cloud kill is on bobbins, so we'll drag him back. And it doesn't look like the whole person worked.
I stand ready.
There we go.
Can I help?
We'll see if we can interrupt that cast. They've all just been buffed inside with the combat bonuses. We were aware of that. The Stinking Cloud might have taken one or two out, so only a few should be walking out the room with a bit of luck. Zunamai has magic resistance. I'm not going to do much to her. We'll take a pot, and we'll also open this container. Take some strength, stomp on, wild of speed.
My sword is yours. Aye. I stand ready. shall be done.
And now we'll move these out of the line of sight. Now there's some more summons there.
At your command.
Do you need me?
Right, she's
Here.
taking damage.
My sword is yours.
Name an attack. I'll take care of it.
So now, I'm going to drop a fireball outside of here. If she can get the fireball off, that is. We'll try and strip these of any magic that they... Got the fireball off, let's see if we can move her into harm's way. Right, dispel effects. It looks like we've taken some of them. Some of them are saved, including my people, by the way.
Alright.
Subtlety isn't your best wand. Here.
Thank you. May I have another? I should not be abused so.
Let's get some casting going. We'll cast Doom.
Yes!
I know that she's in here.
I'm leaving out this part.
You act like I'm a pawn in some
I'm
game.
here.
We'll get her to turn undead.
Alright. It shall be done.
This guy's getting a kick in. It's probably off the boss.
I stand ready. Very well.
Oh, easy enough.
At your command.
Get her to turn undead.
God's greatly stripes.
Duty calls.
Yes.
And we'll get him to heal.
My
The
sword
paladin
is
as
you
he's
can count
walking
on me.
past.
Alright.
Speak your, it shall be done.
I stand ready. At your command.
Look, I'm listening, all right? Well and good.
Right, we'll bring the caster
My
back.
sword is yours.
What have we got here?
I'm here.
How can I help? Forward.
Alright. To arms!
Speak your mind very well.
You are making me mad on so many levels right now.
In fact, I'm going to haste, just in case.
Thank
We'll
you.
get
May
them
I
on the
have another?
boss.
To arms!
Whatever you say.
not be abused so.
Hopefully this should be enough.
Ready and willing.
Hey, here I go.
You act like
Just
I'm
the
a
boss left
pawn
now.
May the gods have mercy.
She's taking damage. There we go. And that's the encounter done. We've got a bit more XP than than we're entitled to, I suppose. And they did 25% less damage. Now, at this point, I'm going to revert the difficulty back to normal where it should be. And we'll leave it at that. But that's just to demonstrate that in this game there are some encounters that are extremely difficult, and don't be frightened of reducing the difficulty if you need to. As I said, unless it's completely choreographed, you're not going to manage on some of those fights. You need the correct buffs, you need to counter whatever spells they're throwing out, and it's not as easy as it sounds. Right, back to the long play. Thanks for watching.